Your man Fatell. It is an after party radio show, and you do know that. We have a special guest with me every single week here on this platform. And this week we have some super special new book out. We have a TV show out. We got movies coming out. Y'all know who it is. Miss Parker in the building. How you feeling, Queen?
Hi, boys.
Hey,
Hey.
how you feeling, Miss
I feel
Bradley?
well, been blessed and health wise. I'm taking good care of myself and
Yeah,
the family and, trying to play golf all the time
yeah.
and just
And pool?
exercise and pull. Oh, I was telling my manager, Rob Brooks, whom I just beat, that
Hey, he's rolling his eyes over there. He's rolling his eyes
we
behind the
played the
camera.
best 2 out of 3. But anyway,
It's not over yet, though. It looks like there's still some.
I was brought up and raised with boys and stuff in the family, but we happen to have a pool table.
Oh, so that's why she's so
That's
professional with
pretty.
pool.
Yep.
I got my money on you. You look like you gonna take people's money in these pool halls out
Oh,
here, Miss
that's
Parker.
right. I've been known. I've been known like the innocent little, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Take
You,
your money
you
kind
know
of
what? She
thing.
hit you with that white man can't jump thing. She act like she can't ball, but she really can ball. She takes your money. That's what she hits.
Right.
It's a scam.
It's like
Watch Miss
skins.
Parker in the pool halls.
Playing golf in skins.
Oh
You know what
man.
that is, but putting. A lot of the golfers, they know what that is.
Oh yeah. So I seen you at Golf Beef. I think I originally met you on the yacht for it was for the Gird Awards.
Gerd
Yeah, the Gird
Awards,
Awards.
right?
Shout out to the homie Gird, man. And Gird we trust. It's always great networking on that yacht every single
That
year.
was fantastic. That was my first year doing that.
Oh,
And I
okay.
was very impressed with the turnout and just the ambiance and the guy, what's his name, who has the awards
Oh,
at the,
Cuzzo,
yeah, Cuzzo.
Cuzzo Slim. Yeah.
What a
Mm-hmm.
wonderful guy. And you know how he's just helping others out and just a very good dad, a good
Oh
person,
yeah.
and really doing that for people who need to be noted for
Mm-hmm.
their different skills and their
Mm-hmm.
different contributions in the entertainment business and different things.
We need more of that. There's a lot of talented people out here. There's not a lot of talented there's not a lot of platforms that are giving that talent all of that.
That's
And
correct.
that's the issue is nowadays there's so much talent, but I feel like artists and people that create are looking for the platforms to get that out.
Yeah.
And for you, I want to talk about this book right here because I know this has been a while in the making.
Well, that book actually has been out for quite some
How
time.
long has it been out?
I actually released it in 2014.
Oh,
Yeah, it's been a
this
while.
book has been out since 2014.
2014, I self-published the book.
Okay.
I was kind of like, I did that book as a labor of love and a way to express myself after I was let go from The Price is Right, which I was on that show as the first black model from 1990 to 2000, and
Mm.
let go unjustifiably myself and several other, one of the other Barker beauties and several of the other ladies who were Bob's assistants and worked in different fields on the show. And it just really did not set right how it all went down. It was a big old cluster and a real mess how things happened. I did end up settling with them. Didn't really get what I wanted, but it was something.
Okay.
And I had a 4-year gag order
Oh.
after I signed for the settlement. And after all that time, I kind of, you know, I did a lot of different other things and some modeling, acting, this and that and the other, and took care of my family. And my mother was ill at the time, took care of her. But I always would talk about the book to everybody. Every time I go
Mm-hmm.
out, I'm going to write a book. I'm going to do this. I'm bitter about this. And then so I finally started writing it. It was such a wonderful form of
I
therapy
can
to be
imagine.
able to get it out. And, it's not my life story per se, but what it is, it encompasses the 10 years I was on the show, but I do reflect back a lot on being
Mm-hmm.
brought up and raised to a certain level and degree in my life that took me to this journey I took being on the Price is Right for 10 years.
And then you're saying it's safe to say this book right here was a huge part of this docu series that's going on right
Oh,
now
this book was
on Bob Barker,
this
right?
book was pretty.
Inspiration.
That was a big inspiration of the docu series. The gentleman who was one of the executive producers, the producers on the show, which Entertainment picked it up. He read my book and then he did a story on me. I forget his name, Brian, I believe. I forget.
Shout out
Sorry,
Brian.
Brian. Right, he's in the docu series, but he's written so many wonderful, great books himself and periodicals and different things. And he did come to my home and interviewed me and wrote a nice little piece on
Mm.
me. And then as a result, he took my book, read it, and was very impressed with
Mm.
it. and things kind of, he said, we might be able to do something with this, or who knows, in due time. And he kind of developed the idea, and just
Mm.
it just happened. And we just finished shooting last year, and it's out. It dropped
Okay.
on E Entertainment, the E channel. I think it's on YouTube now
Mm.
as well. And it's a two night series for The Price is Right. It's
Okay.
called Dirty Rotten Scandals, people. Dirty Rotten Scandals.
I never thought Bob Barker had so much to talk about. You know, everyone thinks he's like, if my guy Omar was like, I thought he was the nicest white man ever. Like, that's what this public perception is, right?
You
But
know,
even you say you don't have a lot of negative things to personally say about him, right?
because my book is not a Bob Barker
Yeah,
bashing book.
yeah.
Not at all.
At all, yeah.
The time I spent there was wonderful for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there were some ups and downs and some different little things that happened that were a little racist to a degree, but I overcame a lot of that because I think of my age and my time that I was brought up and raised and everything, some things I had been exposed to, and
Mm-hmm.
some things just I brushed off my shoulder. I didn't take to heart. I
Yeah,
didn't
thick
think
skin.
anything of it.
Mm.
I didn't really see anything really out of the ordinary to me, but there was some sexual harassment by a couple of the crew, the guys there, that they had to put in check at some point, because when we had told the upper higher ups that one or two of the crew guys was getting a little fresh and brushing up against us or doing stuff or looking at you, if you had a bikini, because we wore bikinis, bathing suits, and the girls were beautiful, voluptuous, and who's not going to look? And then they're like staring. That's very uncomfortable,
Yeah, you can look, don't stare, bro.
So, as a result, there was a CBS put a memo out to all of the people working in their studio, because The Price is Right worked in Studio 33. The Young and the Restless was across the hall, and Bold and the Beautiful. All the daytime television shows were working at that CBS lot, and they've been there forever.
Mm-hmm.
And so they made it general, put it out, a 10-second stare rule.
Oh, wow.
You cannot look and stare at any of the models or persons working with you or around you longer than 10 seconds.
For real?
For
Who just
real.
pulls out a clock and be like, hey,
Right,
man, hold on, man.
right, 10
One,
seconds.
2, 3, 4. Stop
Right.
looking. Look the other
So
way.
they thought by doing that, at least they were trying to send a message. I think it kind of worked a
It
little
helped
bit.
a little bit.
It did a little bit, but at some
Oh.
point, so be it. But Bob was cool and good to me for the most part while I was there. I didn't see any shades of any
Nothing
type.
that you hear about in this
Right.
show.
No, but I found out some things about him after
Yeah.
I left the show, and during the period I was writing the book.
Yeah.
And one of his persons that worked for him, his right hand lady and assistant, Cheryl Paris, I will say it, he got rid of her too. Nobody knew it. We were all blindsided. This hurt really a lot. Janice had been on the show 29 years. My 10 years was minuscule compared to hers. And you would have thought that it would have been done a little more dignified, but it wasn't. Bob Barker was nowhere around. And also, Cheryl got let go. And she blasted on him, honey. She told everything. She knew where all the bodies were buried with Bob. She got on the horn with the National Enquirer. And a lot of stuff that I quoted from her about the negative side and different things about Bob, I took that and put it in there. Not for me, coming from me, because when people say allegedly, well, hell, allegedly.
Alleged could be a lot of things.
Right, it sure can.
Yeah.
And you didn't hear that from me. That was something Cheryl Paris had said, and during the period of time. So, I was very delicate, trying to be cool and not over, shadow anyone or say certain things. When you're doing a memoir, it's really kind of touchy, because you can say things you might want to say. You can't really say what they said per se unless they kind of said it to you. And so I had to be kind of real careful how I said things about certain people.
What is your whole take on cancel culture? On the whole era, the era we're in with cancel culture. If it's not Bob Barker, if it's not, even in our Latino culture, Cesar Chavez recently is getting canceled by the Rasta, by the Latinos, or canceling one of our heroes.
I know. I don't like that happened to him. I really don't like the cancel culture. And it's like some people, look at all the good he's done. And unfortunately, what has happened, and the woman felt she needed to come forth at this point in time. Uh, for them to just um, take the statues down, the names, and all of that until, like, I don't know, has been, I guess it was proven that those were his kids or
Well,
what
yeah, I
have
guess
you. And
she also has a couple kids with his brother as well, the one that accused him, and she was around from the beginning of the farm workers movement, obviously.
right,
So that's why they're giving her validity in what she's saying, as far as she was around. But it's a touchy
it
subject that
is
divides
very
people,
touchy.
and it just
I'm sorry to
unfortunately,
hear that, especially like,
yeah,
with our minority people
yeah,
and all these statues and different
we
things
don't have a
from,
lot of heroes to look up to,
yeah, from the
and
orange man taking down and changing a
not
lot
the
of
orange
things and
man.
discrediting the civil rights and discrediting slavery and different things of that nature like it never happened. That's sick, mother. But we won't even go there. I don't
We
want
know
to.
who you didn't vote for.
I don't want to ruin my interview by even bringing his
No, I
name.
got you. I got it all boils down to we're in a very decisive world where everybody's divided, and I'm the opposite of that. That's why I wanted to get your perspective, being a woman, being a mother, because I just feel like nowadays accusation can take a legacy down
Yes, it
without any
can.
proof, and that's the part that gets a little scary, because you can build your whole life and you can give people power in another country and change water and change the whole world and change lives, and then you do one thing and then
Yeah,
all of a
that's it.
sudden like, screw that person, like they a piece of beep, and your whole legacy's gone and
That's
everything
right.
you did positive, and
You
that's
could
kind of
be in the room having a good time, the life of the party, and sashaying around and looking cute and good and everything, but fart one time.
oh no,
One time.
it better be a good
You
smelling
will
fart.
you
People
will clear the room.
people gonna be
And
looking for
people will
something to
look
say.
at you, and that's how they're gonna think about,
Yeah,
she's
forever.
beautiful and pretty, but God,
Remember that one time they let that gas
yeah,
fly?
right.
Yeah,
That's how they
your whole
think
your
and
whole
remember you by.
your, your whole legacy is just that's that one that walked by and let it rip.
Right.
You know what I mean? All
Oh my
bad.
God.
Even though you have Grammys,
Ooh.
Emmys,
Miss
changed the
Parker,
world.
what?
Miss Parker did what?
I don't know about that bitch stinks. She farted. Oh God, Jesus Christ. Woo.
This is a highlight for the interview for sure. We're gonna click this moment up in the reel. I like it. We needed a good moment. Lightheartedness has always been a part of you. I know you have a new movie. Was it The Dolomite? You're doing what's up with talk about this Dolomite
Yes.
movie? I know Eddie Murphy gave his take on it. You told my guy earlier you weren't impressed by the Eddie Murphy take of the Dolomite.
Rudy Ray Moore, for those people who don't know, he was a very wonderful, great comic, stand-up comedian,
Yeah.
and he couldn't act his way out of a paper bag.
Mm.
But back in the days when he was famous, like in the '60s and '70s, he did a different kind of not a slapstick comedy, but just he would say and do rhymes like, up the signifying monkey flew up from the throne, and he started rhyming and saying he's had this low voice, and he wore this hat and this fedora hat and signifying monkey and the so and so and everything, and this lady out there come up and throw the dump, but he would rhyme everything and so it was dirty and nasty as
Yeah.
it could be, but people weren't quite ready for it then. Some were and some weren't, but he made a real place in this society at some point enough to be remembered by, where people want to do movies from him. But Eddie Murphy did do Dolomite. I wasn't very moved with it. Plus, I knew a lot of people that were in his camp surrounding him that were played by certain actors that just really didn't work out. However, Foster Quarter, the director and writer for Daughters of Dolomite, which he was very good friends with Rudy Ray Moore, and Rudy actually gave him blessings and gave him the rights to do the movie. And Dolomite has agency, detective agency, and he's like doing all this, that, and the other and stuff. You see him. It's really funny, though. It's slapstick. And he has 3 daughters he didn't know he had, and the mothers are sick and tired of the daughters. One Latina, one black, and one is Asian girl.
You sound like me. That's my baby mamas.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a lot in common. Dolomite, Fatell's over the world too.
And
Yes.
he probably has many more. He doesn't even know.
We have a lot
But
in
anyway,
common.
they go. The mothers send them off to see the dad and say, "You go, you take care of them and everything." They're teenagers and what have you and everything. But it's so funny in how they just all find out that they're sisters and half sisters and have this big birthmark on the back of their ass and stuff. And it's crazy. My character,
You're crazy a little bit, huh, Miss Parker? You going crazy this week?
but my character is called Lock 'em Up Lottie. Lock 'em Up Lottie is a probation officer. And
Okay.
she is trying, the whole premise of this is people trying to find and get this lottery ticket. Now, I could
Okay.
tell this the lottery ticket is the whole premise of the whole movie. It's worth like $10 million. Some of the prisoners knew some clues to where it was. So everybody's trying to figure out the clue. Where is it? Where
Okay.
should we go now to find it, to get it, and all that and everything. But Lock 'em Up Lottie, honey, she has to do whatever she has to do to pull out the truth from some of these prisoners that's coming through there. And she screws a lot of them and different things of that nature, honey. The first scene, when you see Lock 'em Up Lottie, I can't tell you because I
Yeah.
don't want to ruin it. But she got something going in there that takes
So,
batteries. It takes
oh,
batteries,
okay.
okay?
My imagination is booming.
Ah,
It ain't a microphone, I bet.
something that vibrates. No, it's something that vibrates.
It's not
But
the-
it's so funny. It's so funny how it's done, and a lot of different other scenes that are so good. And Lock 'em Up Lottie, she's a hoot, and um, Hawthorne James is in it. Michael Collier, uh, um, Kevin Hart's ex-wife. She's one of the
Corey
executive.
Hart.
She's one of the executive
Yeah.
producers.
Shout out my
on-
boy Matt. I know her manager Matt. That's my boy, man. Shout out to
Right,
Matt.
so
Yeah, that's my
she
guy.
and the other three girls who play the daughters are really nice, good, up and coming. And we just did a screening for it about 3 weeks ago in
Okay.
Glendale
Okay.
at one of the theaters. So we were
Okay.
all able to see the whole thing on a big screen. My son is in it as well.
Let's talk about that. I wasn't a segue into. I'm glad you shout out to your son, by the way.
Sir Reddington.
Sir Reddington. And he's an artist. He's
Yeah.
out here in Los Angeles. You
Yeah.
say he's been doing music for quite a
Oh,
bit.
he has been doing
And
it for a
he needs
long
everyone to
time.
go check out his music. So
Yeah.
do what a mom does. Plug
Yeah.
your son
Sir
in.
Reddington, go to Instagram, SIR_Reddington, REDDINGTON, Sir Reddington. He does beats, he does his own rapping and everything, and he's done beats and stuff for other people.
Okay.
He needs a big break, man. He's been at it for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, his dad and I've been getting up in his ass because, boy, you need a job.
Ooh. Hey, start making the
I'm just
bars
kidding.
pay the bills. You know what I mean?
No, but he lives on his own. He has a
Yeah,
child, and he's
yeah.
been on his own for a long time. And he actually works with us. We
Yeah.
have a business called the R Group Energy Services and Consulting. He's a
Oh, wow.
project manager, so which
Awesome.
is very good. He has flexibility.
That's
But
good.
he deserves a break.
But he needs a break with the music.
Oh, he
So
does. He does.
Does he have any music videos out right now? We
Oh,
should
he
check
has
out?
several
Okay.
on
So
his
go on
Instagram,
YouTube and check out.
and YouTube and Instagram. Yep.
Okay.
Very talented. He really is. And he can actually dance like Chris Brown, man. He's
What?
that talented and can perform like
Chris
that.
Breezy.
Yep.
You got those moves?
He's got the moves. He hasn't done it yet. You know,
Okay.
I helped produce actually one of his very first music videos. It was really good. And something that well, you'll see it. It was a long time ago because he's been
Okay.
in the business a long time. He started when he was like 18, 19 years
okay.
old. He's 36. So
Okay.
he better hurry up, get old in this business, man.
Hey,
Be like, hey,
it's a
man.
cold game. But one thing I realized, because I've been in it since I was super young too. And honestly, like, the older you get, you realize there's a niche for everything. And even though you get a little older, your fans can grow older with you too. And you can be a grown man or a grown woman doing music or entertainment. And if you have that core following that supports you, you could be successful even as you get older if you can hit that fan base and they relate to you. Whether it's merchandise, sales of a ticket, a show, they get invested into you no matter what it is, they're gonna support you. And so I feel like even if you get a few hundred people doing that on an independent small level, that can almost be like the equivalent to a job
That is
for
very
a creative
true.
person. So I push that agenda all the time. Like, stop thinking you got to be as big as Jay-Z or Chris Brown to be successful, especially in this industry with music, because you can very well not even be that known to the famous level of fame, but still be very successful with the what you do. You can do it. And I know people doing it, and they might not be you might not be a household name to the point of Chris Brown, but
right,
you can make some money in this game.
He's
you
got
know?
his little following and different things, and he posts a lot
Yeah.
of different videos and he's very creative and has a little studio in his home. But he needs a break. And I said, before I leave this world, I want to see him either on the Grammys, the Hip Hop Music Awards, or
Manifested
some kind of
Months.
iHeart Awards, getting an award. And he's going to have his mom sitting there and
Salute.
say, I want to thank my mother, my father, God, and all that, and just be up there, man, and just in all his glory. I foresee it, and it's going to happen. I claim it, and I pray on it, and so it shall be done.
Amen. You believe it. Move in that light.
We believe
I'm
in
waiting
that.
for the green light. That's the light I'm looking for. What's up with this Friday? We're not gonna get another one.
Well, the Friday is
it's in the works, but I'm
yeah.
hearing it's not in production yet. We need
I
that.
actually did a music video with Ice Cube.
Okay.
2 years. It's been almost 2 years ago now. The one he did is "It's My Ego" when
Okay.
he was the Reverend Ike. He was
Okay.
Reverend Ice. After take off after Ike. What's the name of the Reverend Ike? It was Reverend Ike. A long time ago, people might not remember Reverend Ike. He was a low down kind of real highfalutin, real preacher with a
Okay.
conch hairdo and everything, and just flashy and everything. He was Reverend Ike. He had Cadillac cars,
Oh yeah.
big houses, and everything. And so it was a real character. He
Yeah.
was a takeoff of that. And so he had asked me to be in the music video, and I said yes. Myself and Paula J. Parker, who was also in Friday, and a couple of other people that were in Friday. Mike Epps is in it, and it takes place in a church. It's funny though. The music is
Hey,
jamming. That's my
yeah.
ego.
Oh, Ice
So,
Cube's always been killing the music.
oh
I don't
yeah,
think we ever got to doubt Ice Cube's music. You
yeah.
know what I mean?
I don't hear that song enough as I would have thought I would hear because it's
Yeah.
got a great melody
Well,
to
y'all
it
go
and
check that
swing.
out on YouTube right
That's
now.
my ego, right?
That's my ego. Before we get out of here, if we haven't already been doing so, we share this good energy and this vibration on a high frequency. Everyone looking at you like someone in that camera is like, Miss Parker, you inspire me. Miss Bradley, you inspire me. You do something I want to do. You look like motivation. What would you say to that person in that camera that looks at you like that?
Motivation, it really starts within. There's so many things happening in this world today that are bringing us down. There's so much gloom. There's so much the society and the way that the government is being run, and things are so much different now than when I was being brought up and everything. But the fact is, there's got to be a brighter day. Always have something to look forward to. You need to change your habits, change your ways, do something different. Be inspired, look and read a book, and do something online that is educational. Get your
Mhm.
head out of that internet. That internet is so poisonous. It is such a time wasting a piece of crap, but then it can be helpful. You need to learn how to make it useful for your needs. We just all get drowned in the Instagram and the
Mhm.
fighting and looking at this and looking at that. I get guilty of doing it myself.
We
It's
all
like,
do.
have to snap out of it. And it's just like one of those science fiction movies or something, Living Dead, where you're walking like a zombie and you're just so fixated on all of this bull crap. People, wake up. It's not going to get any easier in this lifetime right now, but you can make a difference. Get a good education. There's so many things you can learn online. Get a good certificate of education about certain things that need to be done. You don't have to go to a 4-year institute.
Hmm.
College is not for everybody.
Nope.
And I tell you, you just got to snap out of it. You got to make a change within yourself and want to change. Work out, and get up an hour earlier if you feel like you don't have enough time in the day. I never feel like I have enough time in the day. I started getting up earlier, doing a little more exercising and certain
Hmm.
things. And, just make a difference. Change your habits. You got to change your ways. Make it for the better. There's all kind of real good researchers out there and people that have real good uh, advice that can help people. When somebody is a mentor, go online and find those good motivational speaking people, boy. Get woke. I mean, really get woke and wake the hell up.
Miss Parker, I had a lot of cool, legendary people sit with me and do these interviews and say dope stuff at the end of my interview. But that was real packed with substance. I appreciate that answer because you know what? I'm guilty of that as well. Sometimes we compare our lives to other people on social media, right? We always look like, why is my life not where I want it to be? And this person I know is doing this, or like, and that's not ever how we should look at things. The social media is fake sometimes, right? And there's always this misperception
Oh my
of
God.
what social media is. Like I said, there's good things about it. Like I agree with you.
Yeah.
Like
It's the
it's good for
devil's
a
workshop,
brand.
honey.
It's
The
good for a
devil's
business to
workshop.
market or push your whatever. If you're an artist, you need that to market yourself. That's mandatory. However, don't get caught up in this. Don't get lost in the
You
sauce.
can't.
Basically,
Oh, there you go.
don't get lost in the sauce. Don't fall for the quicksand because it will suck you in.
Buddy.
It really will.
You look up at that clock, it'll be an hour into that.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
God, what did I do?
What did I do today? Oh, I've
I'm
been
on
on
my
my
phone.
phone for 2 hours.
You gotta
Yeah.
go pick the kids up.
Yeah.
Oh, do it. You gotta do like, oh shit, I ain't do
Yeah.
nothing. Oh God.
Yeah, it's been hard for you to recognize that with your level of success. It's been hard for you to recognize what social media does.
No, it's not
Yeah,
hard for me to
yeah,
recognize.
yeah,
I see it, but
yeah.
I can control what I do because I have that mindset because I know there's much more that I want. But I see so many people around me and always just slipping into the abyss and
Mm,
going into the dungeness and maybe not realizing that. Anytime I see somebody sit down at the dinner table or out at and a group of people sitting eating and they have a phone and not communicating, I cringe. I'm like, damn. First of all, it's so disrespectful. You're going out. I don't care if you're your family, your kids, or what this, that, and other. Unless you're a younger child and some adults are at the table and they're trying to entertain. But still, you can always learn something. And especially dinner time. Man, people, if you have a family, try to have dinner, one meal a day with your family. Sit down, put those phones down, and talk, relate, communicate. You'll be so amazed to find out what you can learn about each other and how to help each other out, or some things that might be bothering one another, or things that you don't say to each other that you should. Boy, you got to just learn how to control that telephone, because it's going to control you, and not in the most positive way. We have control of it. Take control.
Hold on.
There you go.
Message.
Right.
Miss Parker preaching some game on y'all, man. If you didn't learn that, you got to soak it up, man. She's talking real facts. I appreciate you coming in, Miss Bradley. Tell my social media where to follow you if they're not already doing so.
Yes, please. On Instagram, Kathleen Bradley. That's with a K. Kathleen Bradley _ Mrs. Parker. Even if you put up Mrs. Parker, it's going to pop up somewhere. So do that. And on Facebook, I have several different accounts under my name, Kathleen Bradley. But yeah, do that.
We appreciate it. Everybody, blow up Ice Cube. Tell him we need her in the next movie. It's mandatory. It's mandatory. Blow up his page and say, Miss Parker better be in the next Friday.
Please.
If not, we're going to start a Saturday morning soon. Cause, you know what I'm saying? Straight up.
There you go.
I appreciate you, Queen. Is anything else, anyone you want to shout out? Shout out your manager, by the way. Y'all been
my
amazing.
Manager, Ro Brooks, the one I just beat on the pool table. Oh, I mean, he is such a wonderful.
She going to throw that shade at the end of the interview.
We actually tied. I think he was a little impressed at my ball striking. I did pretty good. I say ball striking, I play golf. But at my techniques, I did okay. We got down to the wire for the most part with the 1 ball left, or the 8 ball. And he plays pretty good. Yeah. Not bad. But Ro Brooks, he's my manager, and it's Brooks Management, Talent Management, which is, I'm very grateful to him for being with him for so many years. He really looks out after me,
he's a solid
takes
guy.
Good care of me, and we've done a lot of real good things together. And, you can find him on Brooks Talent Management. I think it's also in my Instagram. It should be a link there. Or my face. Actually, I have a website.
Okay, tell me your website.
The website is KathleenBradley.tv. KathleenBradley.tv.
Go get the book.
Yeah, get the book for sure. Order that on Amazon.
That's what I was going to say, Amazon, right?
Yep.
Y'all go on Amazon, get the book.
Right. And watch E! Entertainment, Dirty Rotten Scandals, and look out for Daughters of Dolomite, and a lot of.
And we're going to do something special. We're going to wrap up this interview, and I think we got like 2 balls left on this table. I'm gonna get the wrapped up game on the camera. We're going to see who wins this game. We got to break this tie right here because there's a couple balls left on this table, manager. Get ready, bro. Okay, we're going to document it. We love y'all, man. It's after.